Well, in most counties in Kentucky, the sheriff's office and city police have separate jurisdictions. But because Fayette County has a merged government, things are a little different. Lexington police have jurisdiction over the entire county. They're the primary police force when it comes to criminal investigations in the city, as well as enforcement. Now, the city says they are the largest division within the Lexington-Fayette urban county government. Safety officers are employees of Lexington police. They are non-sworn civilians. A department spokesperson tells me they help the department provide crowd and traffic control. They can respond more quickly to non-fatal traffic collisions and investigate them. Safety officers can issue citations for non-moving violations. They told me they cannot make traffic stops or place someone under arrest. However, state law says they can still make an arrest as a private person. In Kentucky, a private person may make an arrest when a felony has been committed. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office is made up of sworn deputies who have full policing powers. They have a lot of duties in Lexington. Many of those revolve around the court system, serving warrants and EPOs, civil and criminal summons, and providing court security. They also handle transporting fugitives back to Fayette County, making sure sex offenders are compliant, and offering support to domestic violence victims. They also handle property tax collection for the city. The office of sheriff is an elected position. In Kentucky, constable is also an elected office. They can serve court papers like child support documents, subpoenas, and evictions. And a law passed in 2022 requires new constables to undergo police training if they want to have the same powers as police. Anyone elected before it went into place in 2023 does not have that requirement. If you have a good question, email us. Goodquestion@WKYT.com. I'll see you on WKYT Morning.